Look at this. Isn't this great? This is running natively. It looks so good. It's like one of the few games. Like a lot of times when I'm playing a native game, I just wish I was playing the PC VR version, right? Not really the case with this game. Like, it looks so good. Like a PC version would look better, but this is a very acceptable experience. And it's smooth. I've noticed a lot of native games just don't run very smoothly. They have like targeted fidelity over performance, or the game's not well optimized. This game seems to both look good and run smoothly. And I find that kind of rare and worth talking about.
Looks like it still works.
Ha ha! Let that be a warning, beasts. We're armed and dangerous.
Would you keep it down?
That's a lot of mobs. This quick reload feature, it's pretty easy to do, and it's very forgiving. Like if you're kind of mashing along and don't realize it's reloading.
Definitely not friendly.
Who cares? They're no match for us.
Us? I didn't see you doing much fighting.
Well, I'm more of a tactics and support specialist.
Yeah? Then how about you support me by finding some more quartz?
There should be more quartz down this way, I think.
Welcome back. I am A Friendly Pest. Today I am playing Into Black. Playing this natively on a MetaQuest 3, recording it natively on a MetaQuest 3. Today is going to be a good day. I know a lot of people are covering this game, but I picked it up to play it and I was pretty impressed. Played through the first several levels, so I thought I would start from the beginning, give you my thoughts, and also help highlight this game that I think is worth taking note of. But we won't talk too much, we'll just get started. New profile, here we go. That's all fine. Okay.
You awake, Mitch? We're almost there.
Roger. I'll be out in a sec.
Little observation. My character feels kind of short. It's probably one of the few complaints you're going to hear from me today. All the edges are nice. Not perfectly sharp, but very sharp for standalone. I love the color contrast, art style. Everything looks really good. I think for a native game, it's one of the best looking native games I've ever seen. Let's go.
Good morning! Cup of coffee to start your day?
No thanks, Jonathan. Ada, how close are we to the asteroid?
Coming up on it in a minute. Oh, not again.
What's the problem?
It's that faulty engine coupling.
I'll take a look.
I like that Ada's Scottish.
Manual labor, eh? Shall I prepare your dungarees?
No thank you, Jonathan. This should be fixable.
It doesn't need fixing, it needs replacing. I told you that at the last spaceport.
And I told you we couldn't afford it.
Oh, but we could afford a stupid little personal assistant robot.
Jonathan has been very helpful so far, all right?
Sorry to intrude, sir, but it's almost time for...
That should do it.
It'll hold, for now. Get back to the bridge. We're coming up on that asteroid.
Accidentally cut off the dialogue. The dialogue is one of the things I want to highlight in this game. I find it very entertaining. I find it very amusing, very clever. This game also has co-op that's not unlocked yet as far as I am in the game right now, but it does become available very shortly. I played a little bit co-op with a friend. In my opinion, this game actually plays better solo. Otherwise, you kind of miss the witty dialogue and atmosphere of the game by playing it co-op. And that's not usually my opinion on most things. I prefer to play them cooperatively. In my opinion, this game is actually better solo. I like that little mini
Dropping out
game
of warp
too.
in 3, 2, 1.
There it is. Archimedes.
Any idea what it is yet?
A scan will confirm, but I believe this might be the first recorded instance of naturally occurring dark matter.
This could be the big one.
The energy signature is so faint. It's a miracle we were able to detect it at all.
You mean a miracle I was able to detect it?
Now, we're a team on this ship. This is everyone's discovery. That said, I'm definitely claiming all the glory.
We're in scanner range.
Fascinating. This matter seems to possess unique characteristics. Almost as if...
What's wrong? Is it that coupling again?
No, it's an energy surge. Engaging thrusters.
Energy surge? From where?
It's the dark matter. It appears to be undergoing some kind of fusion.
It's expanding too fast. Activating warp drive.
What the hell is that?
Jumping in 3, 2...
What's going on? Ada, can you hear me? Archimedes! Anyone!
Such a great intro. It's so well polished.
My head.
Good morning.
What the hell?
Problem, Captain?
The ship is on fire!
Indeed. Might I suggest a fire extinguisher?
Ada, status report. Ada?
I think she was damaged in the crash.
We crashed. Last thing I remember was being sucked into that whatever it was.
Luckily, I was able to stay online and ready for action.
So what happened to us?
No idea. I was in the back doing laundry.
The power is out. Jonathan, I need you to do something for me.
I could probably manage a cold brew, sir.
I need you to access ship systems and tell me why the power is out.
Right, let's see here. Aha! It looks as though something called the power matrix is damaged.
I'll take a look.
Look at this. Isn't this great? This is running natively. It looks so good. It's like one of the few games. Like a lot of times when I'm playing a native game, I just wish I was playing the PC VR version, right? Not really the case with this game. Like, it looks so good. Like a PC version would look better, but this is a very acceptable experience. And it's smooth. I've noticed a lot of native games just don't run very smoothly. They have like targeted fidelity over performance, or the game's not well optimized. This game seems to both look good and run smoothly. And I find that kind of rare and worth talking about.
Can you fix it?
I think so, but I need some materials. Looks like we're going on a scavenger hunt.
We?
Let's hope some of my tools survived the crash. Pickaxe and a torch. It'll have to do. Jonathan, prepare the ship for an emergency Xenoterran egress.
Emergency, what?
Just open the doors on the lower deck.
Now, the pick and stuff is a little shaky, see that? It doesn't have the weight some games have that kind of smooth things out. But it's also not like super heavy. Like some games, something is super heavy and that also doesn't feel great. I do think there's like a nice middle ground that's, gives something a little weight, but also isn't cumbersome. But pretty quick into the game, kind of stopped noticing that the weapon is sort of twitchy, or the pick. And if I had to choose one, like too light or too heavy, I would prefer too light. Check this out.
Ground seems stable enough. Gravity slightly lower than Earth normal. Any idea where we are?
If I had to guess, I'd say we're in some sort of cave.
Thanks.
What a great looking game. I mean, just running native on a mobile device. Looks great. It pulls off the atmosphere, the subtle music in the background, the weird thing wisps around, all the creatures moving about, the subtle movement of the grass. They nailed it. They did a really good job. Like this, I'm pretty impressed. I'm not familiar with any other development projects they've done. I should do some research on that. But they're like definitely showing some experience
is this
here.
copper?
The big crystal-shaped thing? I'd say it's probably a crystal.
A crystal? Marvelous. I feel like a real explorer.
Illuminite. Perfect. Now all we need is some copper.
The ship was looking pretty banged up. Do you really think we can fix it?
At the very least, we can get Ada back online. Maybe send out an SOS call.
I'd like to give that AI a piece of my mind. Leading the ship into the Bermuda Quadrant like that. Dreadfully irresponsible.
The Bermuda... The what?
Oh, you know, the Bermuda Quadrant. The region of space where ships always disappear.
What on earth are you talking about?
Haven't you read Beyond Science magazine? It covers all the good stuff. Aliens, disappearing ships, the galactic Illuminati. You really should try to stay more informed, you know.
I'll keep that in mind.
I find robot companions generally annoying. Except this one. Very entertaining. If you notice, on the right hand, you've got like a stamina bar and a health bar. And as the game unlocks more stuff, I'll show you how to do it. Everything's very intuitive. Everything works very well. Seems like everything's easy to remember. I will suggest a difficulty setting at one point. Here's the throwing. Just hold the trigger, give it a throw, nice and easy, hit the trigger again, and it comes back. It does help you a little bit. I would say it feels pretty good to do. According to the tutorial tips, there's secrets in every cave. I don't know that I've ever found one, and I've only played probably 3 missions so far. This is, again, the first one. But you can be on the lookout for those and maybe find them. And by secrets, I don't know if it's just like a cool skeleton or something else, you know?
Mushrooms! Finally, my area of expertise!
You recognize the species?
Well, no, but if you grab a few, I can whip you up a tasty risotto.
I'll hold off on eating alien mushrooms for now, but this biomass should come in handy.
So you got that kind of whip to grab things, and that's how you interact with chests and stuff you find as well.
I say, it's getting awfully dark in here. Does that torch go any brighter?
Let me try a flare.
Game reminds me a lot of Deep Rock Galactic, but it seems to have a pretty interesting little story plot going.
Really wish I had a weapon right now.
Seems like there's a lot of really interesting games coming out right now. And then I've got so many games to play. Like deciding to record this video, I had so many games I wanted to play this week, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to highlight this one since it just came out, and I'm really enjoying it so far. But like, I sat for quite a while trying to decide what to play. Like, I've got a lot of games I've started and I want to finish. I'm enjoying a lot of the games I'm playing right now. I guess it's a good problem to have. Okay.
More luminite. I'll grab it. You look for some copper.
You wouldn't rather I stay close by?
It's an empty cavern. There's nothing here that can hurt you. All the same, let's be quick about this, okay?
Now, let's see. If I was some copper, where would I be? Aha! I think I found it. Back here, behind this large, skull-shaped rock.
Now, playing further into the game, I figured out that there's some crafting. I haven't figured out to the extent what crafting or upgrades exist. I did notice that using things like your pick and your whips causes them to level up, but I'm not exactly sure what that does either. But while you do have a limited capacity to store things, it seems like you can continue to harvest to get the XP. And I probably won't play the game so thoroughly that I try to collect every single thing I find, because I find that a bit tedious and makes the levels run long. But once my inventory is maxed on certain things, I'll probably stop there. And I believe I'm getting close already. And maybe capacity. So like that's stopping at 50. I assume that's probably as many of those as I can carry.
This is actually copper. Nice work. This should be enough to fix that power matrix.
The cave is collapsing! Run!
Relax. It's just seismic activity. I've been through worse.
Looks like a little volcano thing over here.
Does seismic activity usually
Whoa.
roar like that?
Let's get back to the ship.
Left stick sprint. Just trying to find these so-called secrets, you know? We'll head back.
Is it just me, or are those sounds getting closer?
Hard to say. With the echoes in these caves, it could be miles away. Or not.
Run!
Also noticed you can kind of sprint boost while you're in the air like that. Maybe my biggest surprise of the game so far is like the movement. You can jump and kind of sprint through the air and double jump.
Themselves.
You killed it!
I did. I mean, yes, I did. All part of the plan.
Uh-huh. And was screaming every bot for themselves and running away also part of the plan?
A cunning ruse to fool the beast, of course.
Let's get the ship back online.
Robot companion, very entertaining. Alright. Cosmetics, store cache, fabricator.
Should just take a second.
Generally don't care for minigames. I find this one kind of oddly satisfying. I expect, like, as it becomes more difficult, that'll be fun.
That's better.
Well done.
All right, I need a damage report.
According to this, the AI processor is completely fried, ship sensors are damaged, and the drive core is gone. But the good news is my easy listening playlist survived.
What do you mean the drive core is gone? You mean damaged?
Nope, I mean gone.
That's impossible.
Come take a look for yourself.
If you notice the missions, you can change the difficulty. I don't know if that affects what you're going to pull out of it. There's also some expectations for loot. So I think at some point you're probably going to wind up running a lot of runs to gather mats for upgrades, etc. But I haven't got that far.
The drive core. It's gone.
Imagine that.
How is that possible?
According to the ship's logs, it disappeared just before impact.
I need to think for a second. Jonathan? Not now.
Sorry.
The core can't have gone far. You said sensors were down. Can we do a local scan?
I think so.
It's worth a shot. Prep the navcon.
Ready when you are. No core, I'm afraid.
No, but this cave, those are quartz readings, right?
I believe so.
We can use that to repair the sensor array and run a full scan. I'll need some more gear, though. Can you bring the fabricator online?
Consider it done.
This is pretty cool. The fabricator's how you make stuff and things. You find schematics to make stuff and things out on missions and chests, which I'll be sure to highlight before I end this.
This is it? Where are all the schematics?
The database was damaged in the crash. This is all that was salvageable.
Mining laser it is, then.
Okay. So we need this for the mission. You can tell in the composites, like there's a lot of different stuff you can make. So I assume at some point the crafting gets fairly complicated. Though right now, the game fortunately is starting me slow. Alright. It's telling you how to use your tool wheel. That's telling you where to find schematics.
Let's just hope we don't run into any more of those worms.
Alright. Hit the front button. I gotta... Oh, there we're in. I could switch between my pick or the mining laser. And then, of course, you see there's other slots for additional expansion. And there's my flashlight / flare gun. Kind of a Half-Life Alyx type inventory system, in my opinion. Works very well, though. And you, of course, switch back to your hand.
Okay, let's get in, grab the quartz, and get out. Fire up the teleporter, please, Jonathan.
Teleporter?
You expect us to dig through half a mile of solid rock?
No, of course not. I'll have this sorted lickety-split.
Okay. This is the point where you can start playing with friends. You can do like random matchmaking, you can play solo, or you can go over here and you can start hosting a room and invite friends. So at this point, I actually played with a friend through this next mission, and I found that I liked the experience less that way. Not because I don't like playing with my friend, because I feel like I missed a lot of the clever dialogue while we were both talking and exploring, and to be honest, he has a different pace he plays than I do. He likes to find every single thing and thoroughly explore a room, and I kind of like find enough to satisfy me and then move through. So we're both kind of like trying to compromise for each other's pace, and it's not as satisfying. So I'm also going to turn the difficulty down slightly, and I will explain that when the time comes.
Okay, teleporting in 3, 2... Wait, was I...
What did you do? I feel like I've been shot.
Small miscalculation on my part. Looks like we left a couple of lesser organs back on the ship.
Lesser organs?
Oh, well, no use crying over spilt kidneys. Let's get mining, shall we?
Absolutely genius. And you see the health has been knocked down.
I don't see any quartz. Are you sure this is the right place?
I thought so, but I can try teleporting us again if you like.
No! No. I'll search on foot from here.
Mining laser has pretty good range. It doesn't work all that fast, but it works fast enough. This is kind of different. Some things require the sort of mini-game. See the ball and the 2 circles, the 2 rings? You gotta try to keep it in there, and it sort of fights you. Then you can harvest it. actually not crazy about that aspect. It's not bad, but it feels like a little fidgety. Sort of reminds me of fishing in Stardew Valley. I would say this is a bit slow. I wonder if I can mine quicker with the pick. Yep. Oh, it's too far. Too far. You could imagine, if you're the type of player that likes to find like every single thing, these levels seem to be pretty large. So to like slowly mine every single thing takes a good amount of time. I would prefer to just find what I need and move on. I say
This
as I
might be a
collect
silly
everything.
question, but quartz doesn't happen to be a type of glowing green plant, does it?
No.
I thought not. So what are these things?
Health stem unlocked. You can craft throwable items in the items tab from the wrist panel. So, there's the wrist panel, which has our storage capacity for different items, which is pretty handy. And then we can craft by holding the trigger. Maybe that's grip. Yeah, holding the grip, sorry. Go ahead and craft a couple of them. And then we equipped with trigger. Throw with trigger, retract with trigger. That's how we get our health back.
That's much better.
Quite the stroke of luck. Between you and me, I may have understated the vitalness of some of those organs.
Now you can see that it's been added to our little tool widget. And then as you get other throwable items, they'll be like in a drop-down menu here. I'll show you that when the time comes. My energy feels a little low today. I want to cover that because I can feel that my energy is a little low today. I'm not the type of player to pretend that I haven't played something before. And I've played this before. So everything I'm seeing right now is something I've already done and something I've already heard. So my reaction is just not going to be the same. But I wanted to highlight that. I do enjoy this. I do think it's clever. I am having a good time. But also I'm not going to pretend that I've not heard these jokes before.
Now we're talking.
This may be a silly question.
Yes, this is the quartz.
Smashing.
Lasering, actually.
I beg your pardon?
I said lasering instead of smashing because the, never mind.
Okay. Use the lever. Oh, smart. Alright. Here's another mini game. I don't completely understand this one. Like I've done it several times. Suddenly it just works. Pop the lid, which is satisfying, by the way. Pickaxe power 1, increased damage to minables and enemies. So as stuff levels up, it actually does seem like it gets more effective, which is good. Spare health stem, improves the mining tool, frag grenade, and new volatile crystal pulsating with contains. Interesting. Okay. Must be for making stuff. By the way, those explode. They explode big. See that? Like, I was almost in range to take damage there. What's it want? Oh, it's telling me that I
A few
can
more
check my
clusters
wrist.
like that and we'll have enough to repair the sensors.
So stay on storage because I'm not going to collect more than I need. So I need more of everything right now. But once I'm at capacity on a thing, I'm going to stop picking it up because it's not that it's not satisfying. Because like the stuff that breaks easy is kind of satisfying.
What's that sound?
Give me a pick. Give me a pick. Give me a pick, bro. Huh? Must be a bug. Must be a bug.
Smaller than the worm, at least.
Do you think it's friendly?
One way to find out.
Out of range. You know, I've never really tried the frag grenade. Today's the day. I hurt myself at that range. So, much like these exploding watermelon-looking things, the frag grenades are very powerful. Alright.
Ha! Cowardly beast!
Well, we're not the first ones to visit this planet.
From the looks of him, I'd say he's been here a while.
Then I'm sure he won't mind if we borrow that pistol. Looks like it still works.
Ha ha! Let that be a warning, beasts! We're armed and dangerous.
Would you keep it down?
That's a lot of mobs. This quick reload feature, it's pretty easy to do, and it's very forgiving. Like, if you're kind of mashing along and don't realize it's reloading.
They're definitely not friendly.
Who cares? They're no match for us.
Us? I didn't see you doing much fighting.
Well, I'm more of a tactics and support specialist.
Yeah? Then how about you support me by finding some more quartz?
There should be more quartz down this way, I think.
Useful. So you have like a heat meter on the back. It gets hot. You get quite a few shots before it does overheat, and then the quick reload resets quickly. This is to my point about picking the easy difficulty. See how things I shot seemed like the gun was pretty effective and they died fairly quickly? On normal difficulty, it's my opinion that they were sort of spongy. And I find the NVR actually like kind of low ammo count, high damage weapons, or like very rapid fire high damage weapons, but I don't find it very satisfying to like gum on something till it slowly dies while I run around. So I'm picking the easy difficulty entirely just because things will die faster and I'll find it more satisfying to shoot stuff and things. Previously I was playing on normal, and it wasn't that it was really that difficult, I just didn't find it as much fun. And I don't know what these are. It's like a red pick icon, but my pick is bugged. Maybe it's stuck somewhere. It was. I left it somewhere, and that's why I needed to call it back. Like, I've picked these, and I just assume that my pick is not... Oh, look, I collected some stuff. I'm not getting any sound. Something weird going on. That's okay. Like, we got some. That's alright. Get our pistol out and move on. Pretty easy to miss things. Like, you've got the whole environment to look. Like, ore deposits can be on the walls, quartz can be on the walls. You gotta kind of keep your head on a swivel. And when I play games, I sort of look at the path in front of me. So it's an adjustment for me to keep my eyes up. Look at that giant thing.
More of these things.
I'll hang back and observe.
You get points for breaking them, huh? Maybe only points. Yep. Fun, actually. Yes. That would have taken like double the shots before. So on this difficulty, Like, the gun is satisfying to use, which feels great. Come over here, bro.
I've never seen creatures like these before. We may have discovered a new species.
Oh, does that mean we get to name them? How do you feel about calling them crabulons?
Passive energy increased, grenades, golden polyps. Yes, I definitely recommend playing it on easy. And like I said, not because it's particularly hard, because it feels much better and more satisfying to fight things. Unless you just like running and using lots of ammo. To each their own, you know? I like a game with options for that reason. Now we're doing it on silicate capacity. That's the stuff that looks kind of like the leaf. So we can hold 100 of that. We're almost full up on those crystals. I'm glad I decided to replay this. Again, not to go back to the point for too many times, but while this does play fine co-op, it's more fun solo. Never thought I'd hear myself say that. I definitely don't feel like that's the same for every game, but at least for this one, I just don't understand this minigame. Like I'm able to do it successfully. Nice. Damage increase, range increase. So these are schematics that I assume I have to fabricate when I get back. Maybe when you level up your stuff by using it, it then makes it so you can use those schematics when you get back to unlock things. Maybe it's a dual layered thing. I don't know yet. Hopefully I figured out, then I forget.
Great.
Ask the same
A
questions
lava
again.
river. Like this place wasn't dangerous enough.
Actually, since we are underground, it's technically magma.
Is that really helping our situation right now?
Pedantry is its own reward.
I especially like that line. Pedantry is its own reward. There's a certain genius to that. Okay. You know what? It might be time for another grenade. Nice. I wonder if he gets hurt by the environment. He just fell down in the lava. Magma, sorry. He did. He did. Alright. So we're at capacity on those. I don't need to harvest any more of those. Look at this stuff. Titanite. Takes forever to harvest, unfortunately. I don't know if I get close enough to use my pick well. Because some materials you can't harvest at all until you improve your laser, which I haven't figured out yet, but I have run across stuff, even in these early levels, that I can't harvest. That took forever. We got 24 of it. You can only hold 50, so that's a material that makes sense to get when you can get it. Fortunately, pick is where it's at if you can get close enough to use it. If I remember right, yeah, there's some copper over there. Nice. Oh, it's gold. Huh. Huh. Maybe some minerals just are more effectively mined with specific tools. It didn't seem like the pick did very well against the gold, but it was super effective against the titanite. my arm's tired. What we got there? Pretty sure I'm at capacity on these. Nope. Got a few more left. Man. Mine, dang it. No. We'll make some progress. You could see, like, if you tried to collect everything, it gets a bit tedious.
I'm getting some odd readings from your suit.
Odd in what way?
Well, they're exactly like the ones from last time those creatures ambushed us. What do you think it could mean?
Dang.
There were a lot more that time.
Yeah. Thanks for the heads up.
All part of the job.
I do like the robot. Nice. Increase allowable tension before snapping. That's good. So like some of those mini games could even get a little... What? I thought the green ones healed. Okay. Let's move on. This is kind of dragging on. That almost looks like a secret down there. This silly mini game. Can I get in there? What do we have here? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's what we got here. Too bad. Thought I found something cool.
The primary quartz deposit should be just down here.
It'll be a rough climb out if you're wrong.
This place is beautiful.
This is a lot nicer than Lava Cave.
Magma cave.
Shut up.
Okay. We need to briefly heal here. Taking some damage, and I don't like it. Make sure. We'll go ahead and craft up on those. Go back to storage. Accidentally used another one. That's okay. I have lots of them. Alright, now I'm supposed to collect quartz, and we'll move on. Even though I'm like already at capacity, the objective requires me to collect it. So we will. Almost there. Fun game. Fun story, lots of polish. Looking forward to playing it more. Really good first impressions.
This should be more than enough to fix the sensors. Let's head back to the ship.
How exactly do we do that? We could try an emergency evacuation, I suppose.
And that'll get us back, but we'd lose all these resources. I'll have to make an extractor.
That's a good point. I could just learn something right there. If you go to ship, you can do an emergency extraction kind of at any time, but you don't get to keep what you collected. So we're going to make sure we don't do that. Build an extractor here on this objective, though. Let's see, craft by holding gripped. The trigger, and then when we put this down, unfortunately, we have to stand in that spot.
There.
How does it work?
It's simple. We stay in the target zone until it calibrates, then we're home free.
Busy. Easy now. Okay, back here. Stuff to pick up from the killings. Alright. We did it. That's a pretty good fight. So that's on easy difficulty. And as you can tell, still a pretty good fight. On normal difficulty, I ran in circles for a very long time fighting all that stuff. Very spongy, not satisfying. Alright. 850 mine, 53 kills. My friend and I, when we played this co-op, I noticed our statistics were not accurate. Like, what it told me he did was not the same as what it told him what he did, and vice versa. Oh, look at that. Like a route. Schematics obtained. Check the fabricator. Hold to continue. Nice post-mission area, you know?
Good heavens! Our exploration mission's always that exciting.
You'd be surprised.
Maybe I'll sit the next one out.
Speaking of, let's fix those sensors. The sooner we find the drive core, the sooner we can go home.
Okay. I'm gonna stop here. This is Into Black, running natively on a MetaQuest 3. It's currently not available on PC VR that I have found, because I looked to buy that version, because to be honest at this point, I'm a little skeptical about how games are going to run natively on a device. Fortunately, this game runs great, looks great, feels polished, it's fun to play, it's got co-op, you can replay the missions at different difficulties. Like, I really like this game so far. I like the comedy, I like the dialogue, I like the environments, I like the gameplay. Great game. Didn't cost that much. Highly recommended it. Wanted to highlight it like other people. I might even play through it and do a series on it. I can kind of see through the gaps in the ship there. Interesting. Must be intentional too, you know what I mean? Like, that's a big gap to not be intentional. And they kind of did it symmetrically. So, okay, anyway, I got distracted. I'm sorry. I got distracted. I'll wrap it up. I'm going to put this one up on Monday. And I had some hesitation about doing that because I saw that there's a lot of channels covering this game. But I don't feel like they cover games the way I cover games. I feel like my stuff's a little more raw. I think sometimes it gives people a better look of what the game's actually going to be like and not just sort of an edited best of or worst of when it comes to the game's performance and features. I think things that are important in a game are different to me than maybe some other people. Like performance is very important to me. And then a gameplay loop that holds my attention and I can stick with. And a narrative that I think is fun or interesting. So anyway, I decided to go ahead and make the video on it. And I would say that I'm not completely content with how my energy has been in this video, but I just can't fake like I've not seen something before. So at least you know it was genuine. I do like this game. I do recommend this game. Shout out to the developer because on social media they've been doing a good job responding to people's comments, etc., trying to share enthusiasm and get this, the name of this game out there. And to be honest, I hadn't heard anything about this until it dropped, and it feels so polished and well done that I'm very surprised by that. It seems like it would have been one of those games that people got a hold of early and were very excited about and wanted to share with people when it did drop. And maybe they did, and I just missed the whole boat on that. Anyway, I think I've summarized my thoughts well. I'll probably play this some more and continue on. Highly recommend it. Good game solo, good game co-op. Probably like the solo a little better to enjoy the story, but maybe once I get through the story, I'll be interested in playing it with friends a little bit more. Anyway, we'll wrap it up. Because I could sit and talk and say the same thing over and over for hours on end, which is what I do. Hope you guys are having a good week. I know it's Monday. Make the most of it. Hope everything goes well. Yeah. Nothing else on my mind I want to talk about today except that. So, hopefully you're spending your free time with the people you want to spend your free time with. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting this tiny channel. Have a nice day. I also appreciate that you haven't been harassing me to move this entire time. That's a nice change of pace from most games. Most games would have like constant harping. Don't forget to activate the sensor. Don't forget to activate the sensor. Why are you standing around? Time to activate. You know what? I appreciate that.